So this is what Singapore looks like on a typical morning. Given, you don't really see anything overly exciting, but sometimes the just ebb and flow of daily life can be exciting if you have the time to look for the most important things. Now, one of the things that is interesting is just how many different shops are within such a small real estate footprint. So you've got over here a foot massage place, a hair salon, down there in the corner, you've got a children's health clinic. You have another health clinic over here, pet store, another pet store as well. And of course, the most popular pastime in Singapore, which is eating at your local Kopitiam, which offers you quite a bit of variety: soya milk, grass jelly, soybean curd. And you'll notice not very many Malays over here because it's Ramadan. And so you won't really see too many people in headscarves at this point in time during this month. Certainly not probably in this particular location. But you do see how diverse Singapore is, simply because of how it's managed to succeed with Hokkien, Teochew, Hakka. A lot of different groups have come here over the years, and it's probably convenient to just call them Chinese, but in fact, they're from all over China, and they've managed to create probably the most successful Chinese outpost in the modern era. And of course, it's not only a Chinese outpost, it's a Malay outpost. It's also an Indian, Pakistani, in reality, it's more of a Ceylonese, Sri Lankan, Bangladeshi, and so on and so forth. You have a lot of the blue-collar workers coming in, and that's why, to the extent that you see people with darker skin here, in many cases, they would be the tallest and the strongest people here. So, it's just a typical day. 85 degrees seems to be popular in Taiwan. I don't know what the significance is, but overall, you've got all of this connected to a parking garage, all of which is connected to housing. So you look around, you've got a housing block right there. You've got buses over here, transportation over here. You can see it's all very well designed, simply because it has to be. There's not much land here, just like in Hong Kong. So obviously a lot of wealth. Singapore does not really allow older cars. All cars have to be less than 10 years old. That's one way that they keep up with the different technologies. So you'll see a Mercedes-Benz. It doesn't look like much in there. It does look like a bit of an old building here. But the wealth here is incredible. To afford a car here, by the way, after you're done with all the licensing fees, is much more expensive than in any European or American city. So here we are. And we'll just head back, and at least you'll see what a fairly average morning looks like in Singapore. Although, of course, if you look a little bit more closely, you'll see that having this many people in this well-functioning unit in a way that allows them to come together in the morning is hardly casual. It's very difficult to create. And yet the Singaporeans, along with many other places in the world, have managed to do it.